A very, very warm, good afternoon. This is Arnav Chaudhary. You are live on my YouTube channel, arunfoot. It's another live watch-along of an Indian Super League encounter in which the old and the new champions of the ISL, or rather the new League Shield winners, who are also the old League Shield winners, Mohun Bagan Super Giant, have just walked onto the pitch and have been given a guard of honor by the team which is second, or which is going to finish second in the league, FC Goa. And last season we had a real finale in which Mohun Bagan faced Mumbai City, and that then decided the League Shield. This season it's a little different because Mohun Bagan had decided the title beforehand, but important is, of course, that we have this game, and again, a lot is expected on one side, but both the teams not with their best 11 on the field with certain changes. So let's see how they line up. We have Virat Singh in goal, first match since the ISL semi-finals last season, and that was for him in an FC Goa shirt. In defense, Ashish Rai, Tom Aldred, Alberto Rodriguez, and Ashik Kurianunian comes in for Shubhashish Bose. Before that, Apuya Ralte. And then the attacking line of Manveer Singh, Anirudh Thapa, Greg Stewart, as well as Liston Colasso, and Dimi Petratos up front. Meanwhile, for FC Goa, Ritik Tiwari returns with Boris Singh, Uday, Sandesh Chinkan, and Akash Sangwan in defense. Kamikyu, Raunan Borges in defensive midfield. Mohamed Yasir, Borja Herrera, Udanta Singh in an attacking line, and Iker Guruchena up front as the striker. We Dimi Petratos and Greg Stewart with a smile ahead of kickoff. Yeah, see Jamie McLaren in the stands. Mohun Bagan missing a few of their regulars, and for both the teams, it's about figuring out what is the best way to get a result. And in this game, Deepak Tangri as well as Sahal Abdul Samad also in the stands. So quite a few number of players missing. So therefore, let's look at the Mohun Bagan bench. Bhanwal, Sahil Bhatt, Dipendu Bishash, Jason Cummings, Vishal Keth, Koyam Bravan with number 71, Glenn Martins, and Arsh Anwar Sheikh. So quite a number of players. Again, as you realize, even I have not heard about. On the bench for FC Goa, as we have kickoff, and FC Goa had kickoff in this game. Indoji Tamang, Dejan Drazic, Selwyn Fernandez, Amando Sadico, Lara Sharma, Sanatomba Singh, Mohamed Nimil, Vishwas, and Sahil Tabora on the bench. So FC Goa, at least when I look at the bench, looks a little stronger. Prasenjit, hi, welcome back to this live. FC Goa trying to combine their way forward with the hosts playing in their traditional green and maroon, and playing from left to right, while FC Goa on the other side are playing in their away kits, in their blue jerseys and white shorts, and playing from right to left. What to expect? That's the big question from both the coaches. What can we, what could we, should we, need to be expected from these two teams with all the capabilities that is available on this field? It will be interesting to see how they build up, how they play. Both the teams can play quality football. Mohun Bagan Super Giant try to combine, play the ball out to the left, and Listen Klasse keeps the ball in play. Meets his marker. Listen Klasse, good cross, cleared by FC Goa. Mohun Bagan trying to keep on the pressure. Manveer Singh, ball in the middle, and cleared by his international teammate Sandesh Jingan. First corner of the day for Mohun Bagan. Yeah, Dimi Petratos is lurking in the background. A lot of pushing and shoving going on in that box, but corner comes in from Stewart. It's a good one. Cleared by Ritik Tiwari. Not far enough. Tom Aldrett blocked. Mohun play to the back. Oh, that was a mistake. Chance for FC Goa to break. Udanta will get to it. Udanta with a good cross in. Cleared by Alberto only as far as Raulin Borges. Wants a foul, doesn't get it. Chance for Mohun Bagan to break at the other side. Listen Kalas in the middle. Plays it to Dimi Petratos. Dimi Petratos back to Liston Colasso. Colasso with the ball in the middle of the park. Greg Stewart with the ball. And that's blocked by Raulin Borges. Yeah, those two have also played together at Mumbai City. FC Goa trying to control, combine. Keep the ball. Ika Guruchena. Boris, Ika. Plays to Carl McHugh. Head-to-head, 5 wins for Mohun Bagan, 1 draw and 3 for FC Goa. The Goas will want to change that tonight. Borges back to there. Boris. Forward to Mohamed Yassir. Ball stays in. Played by Alberto back to his keeper, Dheeraj. Long ball forward. There, chests it to Sandesh Jingan. Akash Sangwan. There. Boris. Mohamed Yassir. Mohun Bagan intercepts, but back with FC Goa. Akash Sangwan keeps the ball. Should be a foul from Manveer. Ashik Kurunyan being shown has been called up again by Manolo Marquez, the man who's coaching at the other end. Should be a foul for FC Goa on Borja. And one back to Sandesh. Plays it across to Uday. FC Goa lose the ball, get the ball back. Mohamed Yassir plays it to Ika Gorochena. It's just a little too long for the striker. Manveer beats Akash Sangwan. And the referee pulls up. And Bora is not happy because I think the first foul, if you want to see that, let's see. Yeah, the first foul is from Manveer on Akash. And then, of course, Akash holding on to Manveer. Yeah. Could have been seen a little differently by the ref. Free kick, Mohun Bagan. Ball to Dimi Petratos. A little wide. Keeps it in. Oh, side netting. Petratos, who's captain today for the Mariners. Ritik Tiwari places the ball. The young goalkeeper has done very, very well. Dheeraj gets chance, it's good, but in this kind of high-tempered match, Sambo, yeah, can be seen this way, can be seen that way. I think important is that Dheeraj is playing at all. He hasn't played since last year, April, since the semi-finals against Mumbai City. So important is that someone like him does get game time. And the question is, I guess, certain players were rested against Mumbai City. Certain players are being rested today. And that's the decision of the coach. Let's see how he does. Throw in FC Goa. Another throw in FC Goa. FC Goa lose the ball, get the ball back. Let's throw in for the Gores. For the Mariners. Happens in front of the ref. No foul not given. There's Mohun Bagan build up. Ashish Rai looking for Manveer. That's going to go out. Ball takes that weird swerve outside, and Manveer doesn't have the chance to keep the ball in. Jose Molina, who's now got 8 wins and 3 draws in the last 11 games, whose contract has supposedly been extended already by winning the ISL. Wasn't that much clarity on that matter. Throw in Mohun Bagan, Ashish Rai, looking for Stewart, doesn't get to it. Borges, lovely ball there from Mohamed Yassir to Boris, back to Mohamed Yassir, and cleared by Ashik Kurunian. It's good for Ashik to get those minutes for the India games. FC Goa on that right wing. On a throw in. Boris also has been called up by Manolo. Ashish Rai clears it only as far as Akar Sangwan. Akash has to go back all the way. Rowlin. Borges finds McHugh. Borja. Udanta playing on the left today. Oh, mistake. There's it to Petratos building up. If Goa had not drawn against Mohun Sporting, then this match would have been shielded. Could have been, yeah. Few games where FC Goa could have, especially at the first part of the season. I'm happy with national team squad. Your risk expectation, my prediction 0 to loss against Bangladesh. Avijit, yeah. I think the big one for me is Gurpreet not being there, to be very honest. Otherwise, I'm overall fine. There's the one other surprise or the one other player who might be missing, but otherwise, I think it's okay. And I'm expecting, with Sunil back, I'm expecting a win. Nothing less than a win against Bangladesh. That has to be our aim. Let's see if they can fulfill it. And if you want to know more about what I think, what I feel about this matter, I've made a extended video on that, shorter video actually, on that topic. If you want to watch, which I did earlier today, where I analyze Manolo Marquez's Indian football national team squad. So yeah, have a look at that as well. I'm also worried about Gurpreet Singh Sandhu because all three goalkeepers don't give me confidence. Yeah, Manolo, yeah, I agree with you. And I think Manolo has taken a gamble on this one, but let's hope it works out. Let's see what he does because, yeah, let's see what happens. Have you done commentary kick? Seems quite natural. Do more like UCL games. Yes, Vijit, I've done that in India and Germany as well. So yeah, I do that. It's as my main work these days is more of sports consulting than really media, but I have done it and I enjoy doing it as well. So yeah, if there is an offer on the table, why not take it up? FC Goa in attack, lose the ball to Mohun Bagan. Chance for Mohun Bagan to break at the other end. Petratos plays it. Sorry, Stewart to Petratos. To Liston Colasso. FC Goa get the ball back. And FC Goa play it from right to left. Borja, Rowland Borja. Played the ball nicely to the other side to Mohamed Yasir. Keeps it in. And that should be a foul. On Liston Colasso. Compare Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, Amrinder Pro Corner. Abhijit, Gurpreet is overall a better goalkeeper. Now, if detailed analysis in this short of time, I would have to go through details and then tell you what I think, what I feel. I think overall Gurpreet has more experience, international experience. Amrinder is a good keeper who's won the ISL as well, but Gurpreet is normally better on the line as well, high balls as well. So that was what I would say. Would be good start. Boris and Ashik as attacking fullback. We need goals. Yeah, could be an option. Long ball played to Guruchina. Doesn't get to it. Goes out. Could be an option actually. Interesting to see how Manolo plans to play. Does he play a 4-2-3-1? Sort of, this what he prefers also in Goa, 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. Or is it a 3-5-2? So therefore there's a lot of question. Ball into the box. And oops, that could have been dangerous for Dheeraj. Bounces in front of the keeper, Mohamed Yasir. Rate RFDL graduates so far, improvements over the past players and things yet to be seen according to you. Where is the improvement, Avijit? I don't know. Tell me one RFDL player where you would say, you know what, that player is better than what we have had in the past. I can't say that, sadly. Offside against Mohun Bagan. So for me, very difficult to rate them because I don't see anyone where I would say, you know what, this player, that player, XYZ, he's the difference player that's come up from RFDL. I think we need to do much more on our youth front. The players need to do more as well themselves. So that's a reality. Long ball. No problem for Dheeraj. Who, of course, himself needs to decide what is he going to do next season. Okay, live win probabilities 50%, 50.3 for Mohun Bagan, 25.1 as a draw, and less than 25% says FC Goa are going to win. Interesting piece of stat. Okay, go to Chenna, keeps the ball. McHugh, Borges. Alvin Borges looking for Ika Gorochena. Plays it to Ika Gorochena. Sorry, Borrera to Ika Gorochena, and he just misses. Best opportunity of the game so far. Nicely done by Borrera. Lays it off to the striker who takes the first attempt. And the ball is wobbling a little bit, and goes just wide. Ika Gorochena himself knows. 18 matches, 7 goals, 3 assists, 47 shots, 16 of those on target. So he's already at double digits in goals and assists this season, despite missing the early part of the season. Harper. Tom Adred back to his keeper. Dheeraj with the long ball. Uday. Rowlin. Oh. Boris keeps the ball in. Nicely played forward, but Ika doesn't get to it. Adred. Back to Dheeraj. Adred with the long and high ball. Is Tata Academy on decline, or are they under the radar? Others are overhyped. So, good point. I think Tata Football Academy is nowhere near where they used to be, because in the past they used to be sort of like the, the National Academy. Udanta beats Ashish Rai. Udanta! Rai beaten easily, as you say. Long high ball to Udanta Singh, and Udanta with his right foot beats Ashish Rai very easily, and it's Tom Adred who comes in. Interesting to see Udanta on the left. Nice cut in. And it's Adred who clears Borja to take the corner. Header from Uday. From Carl McHugh. No problem for Dheeraj. I think Tata Football Academy in its prime was de facto the Indian National Academy. The best 25 kids used to train with them, and therefore that used to make a massive difference, in my opinion. And now you've got many more academies, many more centers, we have thousands of kids in front instead of maybe hundreds of kids playing in the youth system, but the quality is not there. And again, so therefore the best players are not with TFA, and TFA themselves have not been able to produce that exceptional quality that they used to have in the past. Ashish, Boris, Valpuya, who would be your right back to start? That's a good question, Manolo. I guess it's something for the coach to see. Again, it is very easy to theoretically say, oh, you know what, I would like to see this player, I would like to see that player play, because all these three have their strengths and their weaknesses. And therefore that will be very interesting to see how it works, how it goes. But I like your idea with Boris. I like that idea with Boris. Has a lot of experience, of course, in the past. Ball through to Manveer. Has got some space against Akash. Pulls it back toward Petratos. Stewart. Shot blocked. be your choice? I like the idea of Boris at the moment, to be very honest. Thapa blocked corner for Mohun Bagan. Is youth development in Germany profitable across the board? Abhijit, youth development is normally an expenditure. The clubs make money at the top end, and youth development is an expenditure. We got an Indian YouTuber playing in sold out Wembley before any of our national team players. Okay, Pranjal. Wouldn't know what, but if he's playing at Wembley, I don't think he's playing at Wembley Stadium. Most probably he's playing at Wembley Arena, right? Next to the stadium is also an indoor arena which is used. FC Goa claim their lines. Ashish Rai is in very poor form. Yeah. I thought you picked Abdul Rabe. Physicality and trickery. Hassan, good. Where do you see the physicality with Abdul Rabe, Avijit? Trickery I get, but trickery, we've got too much of trickery. I need quality. Yeah. And Sahal is injured, so Sahal is out. I don't even know if he was fit, if he would have been picked, but those players are, he's one of those like Anwar Ali who's missing it due to injury. As Mohun Bagan have the ball. Aldred. Petrato stuffing back. Aldred to Rodriguez. Ashik. No, that's too short. Ball played to Borja Herrera. Keeps the ball. Carl McHugh. Plays it out to Udanta. Udanta against Ashish Rai. Udanta looking for options. Plays it to Carl McHugh. Akash Sangwan moves into the box. Borja Herrera. And cleared by Alberto. And FC Goa keep the ball. Boris. Yasir. Rowland. Boris. Back to Uday. Sandesh. Akash. Carl McHugh. Loses the ball there. Chance for Mohun Bagan to break. Out to Greg Stewart. Looking for Petratos. Very important header there from Uday, who stays on the ground. FC Goa. Stop play. Carl McHugh also is down. Your thoughts on Baichung Bhutia saying selection of Sunil is a step backwards and young players are being murdered? In some way, Baichung is right. But also on the other side, we have to live in reality. And if we want to qualify for the Asian Cup, the young players, I would call on Baichung to put on the shoes and come back as well, because Baichung is better than the young players, even at his age, so that's the reality. So therefore, for me, I don't know. Baichung said a lot, but Baichung also said he understands it, Yeah. Also, another Indian football community, Rahim Nabi said, "If we should give chance to Indian coaches over Manolo." What should I add to Nabi? Nabi used to be a player for me, so I know Nabi quite well. So let's not get into that conversation. I don't think. Tell me, I don't know. I wouldn't know an Indian coach who I'd put in Manolo's shoes at the moment, with the quality that Manolo has. So from that perspective, I would say it makes no sense. It makes no sense. If youth development is an expenditure, it's surprising if clubs in India aren't interested who are already operating at a loss. Hence, Mr. Small respect to Mr. Koti Bajaj. If you have a respect, then do have respect for these kind of people. I don't. But again, I think that we have to be honest enough to ourselves that clubs are overpaying rather than spending as much as they're spending. They could spend less and actually get something out of it. And, but again, where's that understanding? What do you think? Sunil will play full qualifiers till March 2026, or he will think window by window? I think at least he's there till the summer, I would think, because I think in the summer he'll decide if he's going to play on. I think he's in such a good nick that he'll play another season of ISL. So to me, is sure that Sunil will be back, next season. And if Sunil is back next season, then I think he'll also play ISL. Besides ISL, he will also play for the national team, and that is, I think, is a good sign. If again, we have to live in reality. We can't live in La La Land, and those people who think, oh, XYZ player. I mean, I'm on the verge of reactivating, as I said, by Chimbutia or Randy Singh to come back to the national team. I'm in that stage at the moment, and that is yeah, that's it. Kill Now TV, Ashish Negi said Sunil should be selected, but he also said David to also play striker position should also be included for next year qualifiers. That's Ashish's opinion. I have said what I've said about the player. I don't think David is ready or even anywhere close to the national team. And if David gets into the national team, it's time to slowly shut down the national team. Sorry to say that, but yeah, that's the reality. And again, let everybody have their opinions. I have mine. I don't have to be always right, but I'm very, very clear on what I think. These people think they know and understand, but none of these people that have opinions have actually, have been in and around the national team. I don't think they understand the quality that the national team has. So that's the quality. So let's say we qualify for Asian Cup and Sunil retired, then again we are back to square one. Manolo, he's a short gap solution. He's not a long-term solution. I mean, do you think that Sunil will be playing just to play Asian Cup once more, that he'll play 2 seasons, sorry? So he plays in January 2027? I wouldn't think so. So therefore, to me, the question is very, very simple. What do we do with Sunil? Sunil is going to play for us the qualifiers. We will have opportunities, let's say in the SAF Cup. We might have opportunities with other friendly matches, other competitions. There we need to test other players, right? So therefore, for me, that's going to be the question, So, and to me, that's the question. That's the question of what kind of solutions we had. FC Goa keeping the ball and trying to combine. Mohun Bagan playing more on the counter-attack today. Run Borges. Looks for Boris. Borja. Looking for Guru Chena. Guru Chena. And Tom Aldred once more. I again and again say Tom Aldred as well as Alberto Rodriguez, most probably the most important signings for Mohun Bagan this season. Irfan, what do you think he's ready? He doesn't even play striker position like Farooq Chaudhary, striker position different from his XYZ. Of course, it is different as a position, but even Sunil mainly does not play as a striker. So the question is, you have to adjust. To me, is Irfan, Manveer, and Raim Ali are my options at the moment. Good ball into the box, fisted away by Dheeraj, and then the second attempt over by Borja. So therefore, you have to adjust to wherever your coach wants you to play, and that's why I've said that a player like Ashik is something. The longer I think about it, to me, that Ashik can play on the left all the positions, and that makes him interesting. Have you seen the young players? They keep missing open nets. Their skills are atrocious and can be carried on the back of informal formational defense or international defenders. Yeah. With the drinks break still goalless between these two sides. Yeah. So you're saying you're okay with David coming in 2027, but not now in Asian qualifiers. XYZ, I don't. If David doesn't step up dramatically, right? mm, then he doesn't deserve to be there. Then you have to find other options. But because international football is something different, and this is one thing that a lot of people don't seem to be understanding. That's my learning over the years, having worked within your national team, is and that is something which I see a lot of people don't want to understand. That's why I think this shouldn't be even a conversation or discussion. Women are on the same path as too much replacing in Saf for 90 minutes and doesn't give other players a chance. Manolo, I don't know what Manolo is going to do in the summer, because as it looks like at the moment, the Saf Championship will be a home and away tournament. Let's see what he does. Raim Ali also called for the sacking of Sunil Singh. Indian national team is regressing, has become a joke. Let Nabi speak. I mean, again, with all due respect to Nabi, I've known this boy now for over 20 years. Let him speak. Don't always listen. Just because someone is an ex-footballer doesn't mean that he has an opinion that you need to listen to. So therefore, and a lot of these ex-players talk stuff where you think, where I'm very, very worried these days, and therefore, that's something which is very clear to me. Is Manolo just following Steamach game plan with Majgoli? No. Manolo is his own coach. Why would he follow? Majgoli is there as an assistant. Manolo is working in the ISL. I think Manolo knows the players, and that's a big advantage in my opinion, and that helps him. Doesn't look like Indian players are going abroad, or ISL teams would pick them more foreign options. What's the solution of striker problem? Looks like it's not getting solved anytime soon. The players need to force their coaches to think about them as being an option, right? No one is gifted a position. A club coach will always want to win. A club coach anywhere in the world will want to give a player a chance if he thinks that player is going to make a difference in some sort of form way. And we don't have those players at the moment, right? That's the conversation we should be having in regard to where are our players, how are our players, what are they doing, can they make a difference? And they're not. At the moment, our players are not making a difference, and therefore, for them, they have to play regularly. And even if you go to I-League 2, where you have no foreigners, look at the way that our so-called Indian strikers are playing. So therefore, even at that level, even look at the local level how players are playing. It is in shambles. It is completely in shambles, and therefore, and I don't know. The players, it's they need to work very, very hard and make that difference, and otherwise it's not going to work. East Bengal FC performance was top notch today. What the foreigners are doing there, zero impact they have. Did we watch the same game? I didn't think East Bengal played top notch. There were players on the field who should be lucky that they might have in their CV one ISL match in my career. I don't know what if we saw two different matches, but Northeast United were through, had an option to potentially finish third. They've done that. So from that perspective, I would say that's the max that they've done. So therefore, for me, I don't know. That was not a good performance from East Bengal. Northeast United is going to be more deadly in upcoming seasons. I feel finally found the path on the Pedro. Yeah. Benali's done a good job. My first question is, can they keep Ajare? That's the first question, because Ajare is that difference player, in my opinion. He is an exceptional player. And can they build on that? They have a good bunch of Indian players as well. And, so therefore, let's see. Liston Kolasa with a foul against Boris, number 17 or number 17. And let's see Ben Ali can really build on that. Inter Kashi will be promoted in ISL right next season. We will get to see Edmund against ISL teams in their foreigners. We will see his performance as a potential striker. Let's see if they get promoted. I hope they get promoted. Therefore it will be interesting to see what they can do, and if Edmund's going to play or not going to play. That's going to be an interesting one because he's been in and out also with injuries. We'll be interested to see what Edmund does if he gets a chance to play ISL. Free kick for FC Goa in the 38th minute. Borja standing over the ball. Dangerously into the box. Dheeraj palms it away. FC Goa not getting a shot on, cleared somehow by Mohun Bagan. Chance to break. But Akash Sangwan gets the ball. Then it's going to clear it. No, Jesse doesn't get to it. Sir, I said in banter style that they played top notch. Okay, somewhere please add a joking smiley. Otherwise, not to understand. You said Sunil. You've seen Sunil up close. You've interacted on why there's only one Sunil. Abhijit, if you look at the young Sunil was any other Indian footballer. In his, if you look at him in his young age, when he was, in his late teens, early 20s, you would have said, when he left Mohun Bagan in 2007, you would have said, failed player. Delhi boy, come over, tried his luck, couldn't get past Baichung, couldn't get past Barreto, couldn't get Lalan Puya. And then at JCT, so therefore, JCT was the start. I think going to America was the first shock that you realized, oh God, these guys are better than us. And then he went to Sporting, where he realized, oh God, I'm really bad, despite being India captain. So therefore, from that perspective, Sunil got reality checks, and he's grown after that, clearly, especially after that Sporting stint. He's worked very hard. He's become much more professional. And since 2013, he's been at BFC, and for the last 12 years, been a key factor for the club in all of the success that BFC's had. Wasn't Edmund going to Canada? I heard him talks with Canadian club. Yes, he did go to Canada. They looked at him and found him not good enough and sent him back. And, that's also a reality. I used to make fun of JJ Robin, but looks like they'll walk into this team. Abhijit, 100%. A JJ or a Robin would be a delight to have at this moment as options. We don't have those kind of strikers at this moment as well. And think about it, that Robin and JJ actually used to play in the ISL as strikers, right? It's not just that they were somewhere obscurely on the bench and used to play somewhere or not. No, they used to be regular starters for their teams, right? So that is something which was there at that time. And Listen Kolasa with a cross in. Sandesh leaves it. So therefore, these are realities, right? So we have not produced strikers in the last that's the problem. Is there someone in renewed and dangerous Hong Kong squad that India team should be aware of? XYZ, let's see how Hong Kong does at the start of the qualifiers. Hong Kong have brought him some new players. Let's see who plays, how they play. And then let's talk about Hong Kong at the start, at the stage when we are going to say. Bangladesh media everywhere, and even all Bangladesh fans are saying Sun Chetri is brought back because of fear of Hamza Chaudhry. They're saying Hamza affected India team is scared. I wouldn't say that. We don't need to look at Bangladesh. To me, the question is not Hamza Chaudhry or something, effect or whatever. For me, the question is very, very simple, that we need to look at ourselves. I think for me, I don't need to look at Hamza Chaudhry. I don't need to think about Hamza Chaudhry, right? So for me, that is something which I don't need to look at, because to me, very, very simply said, um, the reality is that India itself has its problems, right? And we have our own issues, and I don't need to look at anybody else. Oh, Petratos and Ashik having a word there with Boris. They're trying to sort it out. So for me, it's not a question of can they, will they, are they doing enough and all that kind of stuff. I think India needs to look at itself. India doesn't need to go and think about somebody else. To me, we need to look at ourselves, and if we look at ourselves, we have to be honest enough to realize that without Sunil in there, the Indian team has its problems. How Ashik is doing in this match? He's doing okay. Um, you know, because important is for him to play, and that's fine. It's not the Hamza effect, and all the fact is India is not able to produce any scorer, and team needs experience and some calmness in young squad. Yeah, could be discussed. And we have a problem with strikers, and Sunil. If Sunil was not having the season he's having at the moment, and I said that 3 months ago when Sunil was, showcasing what he's capable of, we need to look at. So therefore for me is, we need to look at that. Where is Bryson from last 2 matches not on bench? As far as I know, there was some injury with him, therefore he was missing. With Stephen Constantine, Jingan, and Gupit at the back, Udanta at the wing, Sunil at the top, whole match running around, defending, chasing the ball, yet one Udanta run and Sunil finish. I miss those days. Yeah, Vijay, those days were nothing special in that way, but there used to be something that made a difference, and and that is something which is factually right. And from that perspective, I think a lot of people today will understand that what Stephen did, what Stephen tried to do, what Stephen got out of the team were results at the end of the day, right? So therefore, from that perspective, I think we need to look at from that angle also, that Stephen got a lot of results. He didn't get the respect that I feel he deserved for what he did with the team, right? So I'll be very honest on that. I think that Stephen Constantine didn't get the respect that he should have deserved for the work he did. And and that's the we didn't have the issues and the problems, and we are where we are. Again, yes, it can be blamed on the clubs, it can be blamed on the ISL as well. But again, Igor's too much has hurt our team and our system quite heavily. Goal, Mohun Bagan. And Carl McHugh clearly saying handball. As Mohun Bagan keep on celebrating. As FC Goa with a lot of protests. I want to re-see that scene. Is referee giving a goal? Let's see what happens. The fourth official. A lot of controversy. Mohun Bagan are celebrating the goal. Let's see if it stands. He's not given the goal. A lot of discussions in the end. Let's see that again. Petratos. Manvir takes the ball. Let's see. Yeah, Petratos. That's handball. Clearly handball. Had to be given. Correct decision by the referee. What will really affect strategy against a tall, skillful player like Hamza? Should we put Jigson on him? Jigson is out of form, but we have small players in midfield. I think you shouldn't think as India, your plans should be revolving around Hamza Chaudhary. Hamza has certain capabilities, yes. Um, mm, and I think it's not one player that you put on him. You have to have a complete strategy, which depends. I think Hamza will be playing more in a defensive midfield position, most probably. And if he does play that, then your first attacking line player is going to be the one who has to be on Hamza as well. And that will be the interesting one to see. Halftime, and now Molina having a word with the fourth official. And again, I don't know why there is even a conversation on that matter. It was very, very clearly evident that there was a handball on from Dimi Petratos. It's becoming a joke. Nottingham Forest beat Man City by 1-0. They're doing really, really great wonders this season. Yeah, Notts Forest on one side, and on the other side, and the Goa players trying to convince Molina, the Spaniards at least. There's a lot of Spanish conversation going on, I guess. And Molina wants that goal, it seems. Notts Forest doing well, and Man City continue to struggle. Did you watch the Trump-Infantino meeting where they revealed the Club World Cup trophy? Trump asked for the favorite the significant name Germany, Spain. Trump said, "Oh, Germans, easy job." No, I didn't watch it, to be honest. And Trump think USA can beat Germany, Spain, England, win the World Cup. That's Trump for you, right? So that's Donald Trump for you. The less they said, the better. Sorry. So before I get to that, halftime in this game between Mohun Bagan and FC Goa. And let's see what happens in the second 45. As an East Bengal supporter, what are the positives of the club others should know among endless nonsense? Obviously, that's a very good question. Very, very good question. To me, I think the biggest thing is, let me just get up quick. The biggest thing is that, sometimes a positive, very often nowadays a negative is the history and the legacy of the club. I think that's one thing that East Bengal has. But I think what East Bengal is missing, in my opinion, or has been missing over the last 5 seasons since they've been now part of the Indian Super League, that they haven't understood that they're playing now in the ISL with the big boys, right? And I think that's the biggest thing for East Bengal to learn and to understand, that they might be a big club in regard to legacy, history, fan base, but on the other side, as an ISL team, they are a small fish. They've never qualified for the ISL playoffs, right? And they haven't understood. They tried this season to try and cover that up with money, trying to build a team with a lot of money, with a lot of expenditure. But that seems to have backfired at the end of the day, because what I said from the start, they built a decent first 11, but the bench wasn't there. And you saw today how bad the bench actually is. I think that's something which was evident. If you take out 14, 15 players, East Bengal, I don't know if this team couldn't even compete in the I League. That's the reality of things. But the one positive that East Bengal still has, still has a fan base. But the fans need to ask the right question at East Bengal. And if those questions are not asked by the fans at East Bengal, I'm not sure if in my opinion, at least, if things will move in the right direction. That's my concern when I see a club like East Bengal with all the capabilities, with all the possibilities. It's still a club with a lot of potential. But as long as the right management is not there, I don't see East Bengal being able to really compete. And if they continue to do those mistakes, blame other people for their mistakes. I think that's the biggest problem at the moment. That East Bengal keeps on blaming everybody except themselves for their mistakes. When referee takes the right decision, the other day, Harish Kundu, all decisions were spot on and right, and all decisions were questioned. Nothing will change. So therefore, that's where East Bengal needs to, in my opinion, grow up, man up, be more very clear that they're going to do the right thing. Otherwise, sorry, they are going to be stuck in a bubble. And once relegation becomes an issue, legacy clubs have struggled. Mohammedan Sporting, to me, is the best example that since the advent of the NFL in 1996, Mohammedan Sporting have been struggling as a team, and of course now they are in the ISL. But let's be honest, you wouldn't even call them a big team in the I League, right? That's the reality of where Mohammedan Sporting stands. Will not like it, but as you guys know me, I would say what I think is the truth, and I will speak the truth, what I feel, what I think, and these are the problems that we have in Indian club football, right? And therefore, East Bengal, there's a lot for East Bengal to do, and it's somewhat of a challenge, in my opinion, for them. Hi, Blue. Thoughts on first half? Not much to talk about, huh? Two teams. There were some attempts here and there, but nothing special to say. So again, these teams could meet. That's something. Can a second recovery appealed, as was the case with Vikram Mumbai? If rules where a direct red could be appealed, as was the rule changed with ISL. Shumadri, I am not sure if there is an understanding of what can be rescinded or not. I thought it can't. I thought only that a straight red can be appealed, but also yellow cards. I know that at least in Europe, yellow cards can be appealed. Often they don't, but they can be. And we've had some very, very weird decisions this season also. Red card. I remember recently the red card for the Delhi FC goalkeeper against Inter Kashi. Clear red card to me, and that was changed. We had the Chennai red card changed into a yellow, so I'm not sure what the committee is taking decisions at the moment. Have you stopped visiting Bengali football podcast channel? Ovijit, not been invited recently, so if I get invited, if I've got time, I would go. With East Bengal, legacy officials should now step back, as with their 90s mentality, football don't run nowadays. They should understand 11 great players don't make a great team. Too many scrappy deals as well. Yeah, it's not even 90s mentalities. I would say 50s, 60s mentality is rather the problem. East Bengal needs to realize one thing, that they are not more of an I-League team. They are playing top tier. They have to set new kind of standards. Yeah. Tough work, but they have to do it. Mohammedan Sporting lobbying took it to ISL. How did lobbying take them to ISL? Rama. I mean, they won the I-League and therefore got promoted. There is no lobbying which took Mohammedan Sporting to the ISL. I don't know where you get that info from. They can learn from Punjab FC. Maybe their performance is not up the mark this season, but they're set standards for ISL. Again, rare. Punjab FC are making their own sets of mistakes, which they did last season. This year they did it even more. I don't know if Punjab FC is really the benchmark for an East Bengal to look at and try and make differences. I think there are other teams, other standards, which they should consider maybe as something. But to me, Punjab FC have made too many mistakes in the last 2 seasons to be where they are. Again, also Punjab FC did one mistake, and that is they didn't have a bench. That's something which is very, very clearly evident from how Punjab have played, that they've not built their bench. Of course, they say we're giving young players a chance. Nice to say, but I know from inside that they're giving them a chance because they didn't have any other options, right? So that's the reality of things. Therefore, for me, this has to be that needs to be discussed, and I think that most of these teams need to have a discussion about things, and that is not happening, and therefore we are stuck where we are. And let's wait and see. But most of the teams need to do a lot of things to change for better. So that's it. Punjab C can't be a benchmark. They don't have a squad to fight championship lessons learned from Northeast starting point. Yeah, but you have to also understand that what you do in Northeast is you can't do in Kolkata. So that has to be also something where one has to be honest enough to say, you know what, which you can't copy and do also in Kolkata. So East Bengal needs to find a way, and need to find their modern way. Otherwise, they don't have a future per se, right? One has to be honest about that. Tell us about Dempo, Sargaokan, and just in the glory days. All of them closed before I started watching. See, Dempo is still around. Dempo is now an I-League team. Won big today. If I saw the results right, I think Dempo won quite big today. Had glory days in the late 2000s and early 2010s. 8-1 today, winners against Sporting Club Bangalore. Sargaokan shut shop actually this year. Only have kept their academy. So therefore, for me, that and JCT spent a lot of money in the late 90s and early 2000s. That's why they won the first ever NFL, and they had then financial issues, financial problems, which caused them problems, and therefore they're no longer there where they are. They still have their academy team, so let's wait and watch. Last season I-League, there were many matches where decisions went in their favor, including one crucial match where one red card rescinded. This red card rescinding and all decisions going for them and all, nice to say, but at the end of the day, I think that Mohun Sporting deserve to get promoted, and they're there where they are. Thoughts on Ashik? He looks good in attack. Rai seems very shallow on the other hand. Yeah, Ashish Rai to me wouldn't make the cut. I would have rather not picked Ashish Rai. I've got Roshan in there as well as a mix with Valpuya and with Boris, and would have rather picked Akash Sangwan, but that's my thoughts on handball. Good finish by one. We're LM7. There is no thoughts on it. It's a handball, period, finish, done, right? Nothing much to say. Right decision from the officials. If you have the power of these clubs, what will you change in them? East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, KBFC, Mumbai City, Mohun Sporting. See, there is nothing general. You would have to analyze and look at each club individually, and then there would be something that you could look at and say, I want to change A, I want to change B, I want to change C with this club, I want to change this, I want to change that. You can't generalize, Abhijit. The first thing that I can say about East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, and Mohammedan at least is, I would say, professionalize your structure. I think that's the big thing that one has to say, that is something which is very much needed for all of the three entities, right? Mohun Bagan is lucky that they have Mr. Goenka's people behind them who have enabled them to build something. Otherwise, there's nothing much to add per se, right? For me, that is, I think, a very, very important part. Mumbai City, I think structurally is much better. I think, yeah, one of the best in the league, but there's something in and around the club which you need to strengthen, and they know it themselves, and they will do it. And Blasters is, I think, the connect. I know that the fans don't like the fact that they're trying to balance their books, but that is something, if that's been, the mantra of the owners, you might not like it as fans, but that is something which is that they want to do. So different things. By the way, Dudinich has any spring on his hands? Yeah, looks like it. Huh? It's got at least had the width and the with the palming and the fisting. Got the balls further away than usual, and therefore, yeah, that's him. Right, already over an hour of this live. If you're watching, as Amanda Sadiku comes on for FC Goa. If you haven't, do leave a like, to share. Yeah, 14 likes so far. Thank you very, very much for that. And of course, if you haven't, do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, as we have kickoff in the second 45 at the Saltlake Stadium, still 0-0 between these two sides. Why football failed again and again in Pune now? Other sighting base got me worried as well. See, Pune, you had the Pyramids trying Pune FC. You had, Kalyani Bharat trying it with their club. You started DSK, of course, had financial issues as a realty developer. That's why they're out of business. It's never worked for, and even FC Pune City had to leave because of those kind of problems. So there's the financial side of things, and sadly, the football fans in Pune have never really backed those teams in a big way to be a big potential entity. So that's also another thing. Punjab have been really giving a chance to the youth talents in ISL and hope they will deliver more from next season. Yeah, Shivam, but one has to be honest on that. Is that the strategy of the club, or were they forced to do that because they had a lot of injuries or suspensions? And then I would say the Punjab FC in that way indirectly is a lot like East Bengal, because they had a lot of good first team players, but once those players were out, chance for a counter attack for FC Goa. Udanta on the wing against Ashish Rai in the box. Udanta doesn't get it past as Apuya joins and stops the party. That has to be honestly said. So for me, as I'm happy to see what Punjab FC have done, but the reality to me is also that Punjab FC have done a lot of things because it's not because they wanted to do it, but they had to do it because they didn't have Go on, intercepts. Mohammad Yasir takes his time, plays it to Rowland. Your take on India wanting to host Asian Cup, World Cup, Olympics, is it waste or does resource will have benefits like uncertain sport? I don't know where India is willing to host the Asian Cup or World Cup, but the Olympics, of course, is a big talk. But I've now seen some of the athletes coming forward and saying, you know what, maybe India should think about hosting the Olympics 10, 15 years later. Very interesting to see some of those comments. It has its values in regard to infrastructure, but India to host the Olympics, yeah, India can host an Olympics. I think that's not the problem. I think the question with India and the Olympics would be, in my opinion, are you willing? Are you in a position to get the results that people expect of you? Right, not be one or two. That's between the US and China, but at least be in the top 10. And India's nowhere near. India's nowhere close to that. Right, FC Goa combining, trying to attack from left. Sandesh Jingan. Okay, someone has the ball. Sorry, just a quick sip of water. Mohun Bagan with the ball now. Ashik to Liston. Liston under pressure from Boris. Oh. And ball from Liston. Go on now with the ball. Rowland. Takes it back to Sandesh. The long ball to Udanta. Udanta beats Ashish, and that's a foul. That should be a card for Ashish Rai. Yeah. Ashish Rai with a yellow card. It should be worrying that Ashish Rai beaten again and again by Udanta, and Udanta being a right-sided player on that left wing. Yeah, Liston Colasso earlier with that handball. Ashish seems to have pulled something, if you see his expression. Free kick for FC Goa on that left flank. Borja puts it in. Get it wide. Rowland doesn't get a throw in. Says Manvir was the last person to touch it. Avijit says new teams from Asia to qualify, according to me, Uzbekistan, China, Jordan, Iraq. Let's see. China and Iraq, of course, have qualified in the past for a World Cup. It's been a while, but they have. Uzbekistan, Jordan, yeah. Uzbekistan, I would be very happy. And I think Indonesia is in the mix, right? So let's wait and see. As possession one tonight. On number one position, Borges ahead of Apuya, Boris, Aldred, and Thapa. And Ron Borges is another one of those. If he's fit, with his experience, with his knowledge, understanding, game reading, it should be normally someone that should be in the discussion regarding national team. And interesting, Ron Borges has also covered most of the ground ahead of Greg Stewart. That comes as a surprise. FC Goa keep the ball amongst themselves. Someone to Udanta. Borja. There's a man down. Udanta is down. Let's see. Akar Sangwan. Ooh, Tom Aldred. That's nasty. That's on purpose. I'd like to see if the referee's going to pull a card for that. Ashish Rai also down. Dipendu set to come on for Ashish Rai. And that looks a little more serious for Ashish. Yeah, Ashish Rai walking off. I'm seeing some improvement in referees according to me. Even if you take a wrong decision, have a process, stick to it, don't budge down under the pressure of players, coaches, supporters, and so on. Yeah, Abhijit, very right. And therefore, we saw that in the first 45, that referee first gives the goal, but then has a discussion and then and then pulls it back. Mohun Super Giant goal disallowed, yeah. It was handball. As FC Goa trying to play football in Kolkata. Mohun Bagan Super Giant doing Mohun Bagan Super Giant stuff. And borders across to Boris. Plays it to Yasir, cleared by Ashik. Long ball. Ashish Rai clears his lines. He's still on. I thought he would go off. No. Boris. FC Goa keeping the ball. Boris. Guru Chena. Borja. Sorry. Armando Sadiku. And Alberto clears. That's yeah, it's getting a bit nasty there between these two sides. Referee calling. And Boris saying. These two will meet again very, very soon in the national team. It's in that situation. Ashik clears it. And Boris is a nuisance for Ashik, who doesn't like that. And he could go to Chennai. Just uses his body. I think this match could do with a little bit of physicality. Nothing much to play for. there with the long ball. Cleared by Mohun Bagan. And Ritik Tiwari will get behind the ball. Ashik with the most sprints. Ahead of Boris. FC Goa get the ball back once more. A foul given now by the ref. Isn't tiki-taka so boring, direct and physical football now where the spice is at? It doesn't have to be Avijit. There are different styles of football. Tiki-taka can also be interesting. Direct football, physical, can also be, but it's, different teams, different football. Morris gets past Liston, but doesn't get past Ashik. Putting in a fighting shift, Ashik Urunian. Among the new players, Boris going to be hit. Ashish and Bryson going to fail, according to Isaac, but as Bryson. Let's wait and see what happens. Ashish might also be out now after this injury. Chance there for FC Goa to try and attempt. Udanta saved by Dheeraj. Let's wait and see, Avijit. Bryson is going to be interesting. Boris, let's see. And Ashish might be out. Mohun fans have the torches of their mobile phones out, celebrating in Kolkata. More than an hour gone, still goalless. FC Goa trying to move forward. Ball to Borja against Apuya. Borja can keep the ball in. Aldred. Back to Apuya. Stewart loses the ball but wins it back. Long ball. FC Goa intercepts once more. Udanta. Guruchena. Akash Sangwan plays it towards Armando Sadiku, who doesn't get to it. Chance now for Liston to break. Boris with the foul should be getting a card. Yeah. Boris runs into the man and earns his yellow card. Why American women's team so successful? Do others don't care about? No, I think America overall has a good youth development system in sports, and the focus has been on other sports in America, more on basketball, American football, ice hockey, and baseball. And football is the number 5 sport. And on the women's side, it's the biggest. Tom Aldred celebrating off that free kick. Mohun Bagan Super Giant. And this time the goal will stand. Boris unhappy. Let's see once again. Aldred with the ball forward. And Boris with an own goal. Wanted to just play to his keeper, and Ritik Tiwari is nowhere near. Oh my God, oh God. Boris is playing such a good game. And then this. And you see it in the face of Manolo Marquez. Disappointing, because FC Goa a little bit more active than Mohun Bagan. After 63 minutes, own goal from Boris Singh. Ika Guruchin are fighting for the ball. Referee, who's going to give a yellow card for? Alberto Rodriguez gets a yellow card. Huh? Ashik, oh, interesting. Uday plays to Sandesh. Sangwan. Udanta keeps the ball but loses it. Throw in for Mohun Bagan. Ika Guruchin wins the ball. Mohamed Yasir plays it to Boris. Cleared by Alberto. Not as far. Borja. Armando Sadiku. And that goes wide. Yeah, Sadiku wants to prove a point, of course. There's a lot of discussions going on the field. Borja unhappy with something. Sadiku, does he want a corner? Seems like it to me that he wants a corner. Boris plays the ball out against Liston. Back with Liston. Plays it to Greg Stewart. Beaten by Mohamed Yasir smartly. Rowland. Armando Sadiku plays it back to his keeper. But Uday. Sandesh. Akash Sangwan. Borja. Borja will take Udanta with him. Yes, he does. Udanta is going to try and cross. That's a good one. Cleared by Alberto. "67 minutes played. FC Goa trying to get back into this game. One goal down. Own goal by Boris Singh. And the much praised Ritik Tiwari comes off his line, which he doesn't need to do actually. Oh, isn't that a return pass? No, uncontrolled from Liston. Quickly taking free kick, blocked. Oh. It's getting a little physical now. Listen, Golasso. Petratos. Yeah, acting as if he's died. Own team plays on. No, sorry, Thapa was it? Ola wave at the Saltlake Stadium. It's an unofficial drinks break after 69 minutes. Yeah, the cameraman is focusing more on the Lola wave than the live match now. He speaks about this game. Nothing to play for, actually. It's just about pride and getting ready for the playoffs. Throwing the Pindu Bishash. It's the last match of Rahul Kumar Gupta for retirement. It's remarkable now. Okay, says Sombo. It's the best own goal of the season. Yeah. Oh, good save there. Oh, that was a nasty one. Who was that? Petratos. Hrithik. Didn't hit him, but could have been a dangerous one. Nice little turn from Greg Stewart. FC Goa still continue to try to play their game, controlling the ball, the opponent. Oh, terrible pass from Sandesh Jingan onto Liston Colasso. That's a good attempt from Liston, just wide. Those players who normally don't make mistakes at FC Goa are now making mistakes. Boris, Hrithik, and now Sandesh. It looks like Hrithik could have gotten to it. And the changes. Selvin coming on for Boris. Yeah, Boris already has a card. Then the mistake. And Akash Sangwan comes off. Mohammed Nimil on. Interesting. Interesting to see who's going to play left back now for FC Goa. Wins the one, Kohada, then Alberto. Nice ball from Greg Stewart. I think Tiwari collects the ball. Sandesh has it now. And the interesting stats are 4-4 shots in the first half. 1-3 in favor of FC Goa in the second. And yeah, the one from Mohun Bagan got them the goal. Guruchena. Ikar Guruchena. He's got style. I like the way that he plays, very honest. Mohammed Nemil. Too strong. FC Goa keep the ball, but then a foul given against Mohammed Yasir. that's not, for me, that isn't enough. He plays the ball. Jason Cummings coming across to be coming on. The last decision of the ISL campaign is on March 11th, on Tuesday. Bengaluru FC versus Mumbai City. Can Mumbai City get into the top 6, yes or no? That is the question. Selvin. Aniston with the ball in the middle. It's cleared by Sandesh. Cleared by Borja. Very scrappy this game now. Ashik. Greg Stewart missed the chance to play to Petratos. Colasso. Thapa. Anu Thapa. Ritik Tiwari collects the ball. Mohamed Nemel. Plays it to Udanta. Couldn't get it to Guru Chena. Intercepted by Mohun Bagan. And that will be a foul. Mora can't believe it. Yeah. Now too much of contact on the shoulder. Players don't like that. Let's have a drinks break. With less than 15 minutes to play. Oman going into that drinks break with that 1-goal advantage against FC Goa. What do you guys think of the game so far? Pick out again once more that comment from Lou. It is the best own goal of the season, yeah. And interesting to see what both the teams do. Boris Singh, the unlucky man, long ball from Aldred. Boris wants to play it to his keeper. And there's a misunderstanding of communication with Ritik Tiwari. There was no need for the young keeper to come off his line. And you see the disappointment in Boris Singh's face. It's more of a keeper mistake. I agree with you, Blue. I think the keeper just needs to stay on his line. Or if he is clear that he's going to get to it, he has to tell the defender not to go for the ball. So, yeah. Also, the much praised Ritik Tiwari does a mistake today. And it's one of those typical matches. Can FC Goa get back, or does Mohun Bagan take this 1-0 home, or do they even get a second maybe? Nimdor Chitamang. Now in. So players getting minutes now at both ends who rarely play. Mount Neville. Was a lot of hype around him a while back, but couldn't live up to it. Till now, who's your best player from the match all played so? Blue, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Best player. It's a good one. Attempt to the middle by Dejan Drazic. Not too close to the keeper. Blue. With the assist, maybe Tom Aldred. Otherwise, I would have also said maybe, if it stays in a draw, it could have been Udanta as well. Yeah. I don't know. Who would be your top player, favorite player? I don't have one actually, to be honest, from this game because it was, as you say, so average. Goa now in the attack. Nemel earns a free kick. Goa plays quickly. Raul Borges. FC Goa not getting in those danger zones with any 80 minutes played. Which loses the ball. Chance for Mohun Bagan to break. Stewart was offside. Stewart plays it to Apuya. Liston, Manvir, and earns a corner. Manvir Singh now captain. Yeah, against Udanta now, who's left back. Didn't realize till this season that Udanta is such a utility player. Right attacker was always what I thought he was, but now he's played right attacker, right back, and now even left back. Good corner. No one gets to it. Aldred stays down. Yeah, doesn't get to it. Chingan now. Captain of FC Goa. Are they off as well? Nemel. He's got Guruchena with him. Back to Nemel. He's onside. Cross. Will get to Drazic. Oh, no, sorry. Sadiko. Sadiko can't do anything with it. Intercepted by Udanta. Drazic. Udanta. Around in Borges. Drazic. Loses the ball. Stewart. Chance for Mohun Bagan to break. But Manvir on his own. Finds Cummings. Thapa. Ashik. Liston. Alberto. Apuya. Interestingly, shots on target. One each in both halves for FC Goa. None for Mohun Bagan. And still they're winning. Crazy. Crazy piece of stats. At the end of the day, it's only the stats which count. More than 84 minutes played. Mohun Bagan Super Giant 1, FC Goa 0. Mohamed Nemel. Too ambitious. Manolo looking disappointed. FC Goa have scored in each of the last 23 games, the longest scoring streak by any team in ISL history. Is that going to end? Mohun Bagan will have won 11 of their 12 home games with one draw. Crazy, by the way. How are you doing, sir? I'm doing good, Chinmoy, yeah. And the draw came, of course, in the first game against Mumbai City. So they were winning all their home games thereafter. And it seems like FC Goa have no plan at the moment how to counter that. As the players not in the matchday squad. Oops. Certain misses that header completely, but then wins it. Stewart is going to get a card for that. 86 plus minutes played. One across to Certain. A terrible pass. Stewart against Rowland. Ball across to Cummings. Cummings getting into the box. Beats Sandesh Jingan. Is he going to take an attempt? Cummings blocked by Sandesh. And chance for FC Goa now to break on the other end. Borja. Iker Goruchena. Drazic. Borja. Borja sizes up one. Blasts it over. That's the problem. Wrong decision making. These long range attempts are not getting the results that some of these players think that they can get. Way over. Already celebrations on the Mohun Bagan benches. Dheeraj. FC Goa have the ball back. Nimdo Jitamang plays it to Mohamed Nemel. Nemel. Sadiku. There's the boss on the Chingan, goes in between. Raulin Borges. Drazic with the chip across to Guruchena, and that was a foul. Let's see. Yeah, that was a push against Ashik, and he didn't keep the ball on the goal anyway. One minute to go. Drazic fighting with the Pendu. Drazic keeps the ball. Udanta. Raulin. And looking for Mohammed Nemel. It will get to him. And cleared by Ashik. Well done. Goa with the ball. Final few seconds of regulation time. Raulin Borges. Drazic. Back. What an attempt from Dejan Drazic. Flying volley. Goes over. 5 minutes of added time. Nice piece of skill from Raulin as well as Dejan Drazic. Sideward volley. Long ball from Mohun Bagan. From the keeper. And Drazic will get to it. The defender plays it back to his keeper. Oh, Neeraj nearly spilled that one. Drazic with the ball across. Dheeraj gets to it. Ikar Guruchena is there. The keeper is not there. Why does Ikar take so long? And at least earns a corner. Corner for FC Goa, 92nd minute. Lots of pushing and shoving going on in the Mohun Bagan box. Cleared. Long by Thapa. Cummings gets to it. Cummings. Too selfish. Borja. We're in the 93rd minute now. Borja Herrera. Plays it across to Raulin Borges. Mohammed Nemel. Drazic. Again, back to Drazic from Raulin Borges. Borja beats Dipendu, but Dipendu stands his ground. Back with FC Goa. Indo Jitaman. Plays it back now to his keeper. Cleared by Ashik as far as Sandesh. Oh, Sandesh. Oh, that was chance. And this should be at the end of it. And it is Greg Stewart, 94th minute, after a Sandesh Jingan mistake. This is game, set and match, Mohun Bagan Super Giant. And mistakes from the players that you rarely see mistakes from. This time it was Sandesh Jingan. And Mohun Bagan Super Giant are going to win this match 2-0. League shoot up there. Greg Stewart, opportunistic goal. Sandesh Jingan, bad first touch, but Cummings wins it, and Greg Stewart just into the far corner of the net. No chance for young Ritik Tiwari. Sandesh, bad touch, lucky that it is not seen as a card infringement against Cummings. Otherwise, it could have been sent off. And Mohun Bagan Super Giant are winning 2-0. So I just quickly get up 2-0 against FC Goa to clearly confirm themselves as the ISL League Shield winners. They were winning it anyway, but now with another 2-0 win, they're going to confirm themselves at the top of the table. And for FC Goa, this brings to an end a long run of scoring in every game, 23 matches, a long run of positive results, even with changes and switches. But attempt there for Mika Guruchena. But for the Gors, they will have to get ready now for the semi-finals. Manolo Marquez will now get ready for the Indian national team assignments. It's a break. Mohun Bagan will be very, very happy to take such a result into the break, into the forced ISL break before the playoffs start. Both these teams are already in the semi-finals. They have to wait who finishes third, fourth, fifth, and who wins those two playoff ties to then face those teams in the ISL semi-finals. That will be very, very interesting to see. And that's the end of it. Mohun Bagan Super Giant have beaten FC Goa in their final game of the ISL League stage, 2-0, to cap off an incredible campaign. Again, one of those performances where Mohun Bagan did what they had to do. A lot of hard work, opportunistic when it needed to be. A mistake from Boris Singh gifted them the first goal, an own goal, and the second goal, a mistake from Sandesh Jingan, which enabled Jason Cummings to get it to Greg Stewart, and Stewart then finishing off into the long corner in injury time. 2-0 to the Mariners against the Gors. And congratulations once more from myself to Mohun Bagan Super Giant on defending their ISL League Shield title, the first club to do so. And they join now Mumbai City Football Club as the second team in the history since the ISL League Shield was installed to win the ISL League Shield for a second term, for a second time. That's a big achievement for the Mariners. And they'll be very, very happy with this achievement. But FC Goa, Manolo Marquez, having ball control, having some chances, but when you don't score, you're not going to win matches. And that will be something reminds us a little bit of the start of the season. So therefore, both the teams have a little bit of time to work on things. And it'll be interesting to see how they regroup. Long break for both the teams. Again, 2 weeks break because of the international games. And then, of course, they have to wait a little bit more because the other teams will be playing the ISL playoffs. And then once that is done, you have the opportunity of then coming to play in the semi-finals. So both these teams have a little bit of a break, and they'll be happy as Mohun Bagan Super Giant are waiting now. In a little while, they will get the ISL League Shield. Good evenings, 2 mistakes, 2 goals. Yeah, Ishan, very well summed up by you. 2 mistakes, 2 goals. That is the small little difference that it takes, that it makes. And in this instance, FC Goa, more beat themselves rather than Mohun Bagan winning. They have been patient to make opponents commit mistake more than scoring on their own. In some matches, Shivam, I would say yes, because that is part of the quality that Mohun Bagan Super Giants simply have. And this season, it's not about the quality and the class, which they surely have, but rather the fact that the others committed more mistakes than them. And that's, the less mistake, even one less mistake than the opponent sometimes wins you matches. And think about it. Boris played actually a very, very good game, but that one mistake just did him in. And therefore, Mohun Bagan Super Giant were ahead. And crazy to say, but these are the realities of football. Sometimes small little things decide these kind of games, and FC Goa did everything that they could to try and do something, but it didn't work for them, and it's crazy to think about it, but that's the reality of things, and therefore Mohun Bagan Super Giant are the champions of this ISL season. Just sums it up, I think, the way that they've been able to get their results, right? So therefore that's something that is there, and as crazy as it is, but that is football sometimes, and therefore incredible. Sanjay is always nervous playing passes out from the back, always seems vulnerable. Yeah, that's can be a dangerous thing. But again, it is something that can be talked about. And, for me, it's not his biggest strength. And therefore, it is something which is very difficult. But and there you see the difference, right? When an Uday is next to him, what kind of a difference that makes, and Uday not being there, so what is it? So that's the reality, right? Today, legend Rahul Kumar, Aditya, what did you do wrong? What did the referee do wrong to be called a legend, or actually, you mean that he's retiring? Yeah, end of an era, and who knows? Are the new referees going to be better? Is it a situation that we like with our footballers, that the next generation is actually not better? We'll have to wait and see, right? We'll have to wait and see what happens. And as Mohun Bagan Super Giant are getting ready to receive the ISL trophy, celebration in the stands, burning of flares, of flames, and celebration mood at the Saltlake Stadium. And deservedly, Mohun Bagan, were the best in this season. If one looks at it, and 56 points from 24 matches, 48 FC Goa second, and let's see what happens over there. Northeast United, Bangalore FC, and Jamshedpur FC all now on 38 points. So that'll be interesting to see. Do you want ISL to shut down? No. Why do I want it to shut down? Don't know. Where did this come from? I hit this moment, my eyes burning, watching him lift the shield, not the cup. Yeah, but that's part of it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Yeah. So as the players are being interviewed by Karan Soni. Interesting to see a lot of women who've come out to watch Mohun Bagan today. That's a good sign. I always say young people in the stands, women in the stands. Always good to see. That's always very, very important for football. And yeah, seems to be quite hot in Kolkata as well. So that's that. This is coming with Southern Bangalore Brothers defeat Mumbai City FC. Hope not. It's a dark day for you. Okay, Aditya. Happens. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Today is a day that the Mohun Bagan fans should be celebrating. They deservedly have won the league. The others have to blame themselves. I think nothing else can be or should be said about that. And because I think at the end of the day, all the others in the league can only blame themselves for their own failures. And again, and the next season, the others have to rebuild, try and build something big to be able to challenge and compete with Mohun Bagan Super Giant. Well, at the other end, the season isn't over. We've got the ISL playoffs coming up, and that'll be interesting to see who's going to lift the ISL Cup. First of all, will Mumbai City be in there to potentially defend their title, or will there be a new ISL Cup winners? And let's wait and see what happens. How long do you think Mariners are going to dominate? I don't think, Aditya, that they'll dominate. I think there will be someone else who could potentially lift the title next season. I think there are a lot of interesting teams building themselves up, and therefore, that's going to be interesting. Very interesting to see what happens, and yeah. I think Indian clubs need to stop rebuilding and start upgrading like Mohun Bagan. Yeah, but for upgrading, you need to have a base, right? So that's the thing to me. If you don't have a base, you have to first rebuild and then upgrade, right? Upgrade doesn't happen. You have to have a foundation. And that's why if you don't have a foundation, none of that is possible. Yeah, celebrations in the stands as preparations are being made still for the ISL trophy handover. Still hasn't happened, taking quite a bit of time. I think the players just want to celebrate out there their success. Nothing more, nothing less. I think watching Mohun Bagan, others will start creating their bases. Let's see, Aditya, if they can. Some of them have created their bases. It's always also a cycle. See, Mumbai City had a 4 or 5 year cycle with that team, and now they have not been, they've lost it. And then let's wait and see. I'm positive, hopeful for ISL. Yeah, I mean, your first instance has to be that ISL has to remain and stay, right? And that's, I think, a very, very important thing. And then we can talk about the rest. And let's see what happens in the coming years. Someone who's colored himself completely in green and maroon. Alberto Rodriguez celebrating, yeah, very, very good buy, late buy, but very good buy in the summer window last year. Very important, him and Tom Aldred to be able there. Let's see. I've gotten news. The talks between begun with the FFF is good that you have gotten the news and the rest doesn't. Interesting, Adi. Aditya, it looks like Adi's having some serious trouble in the comment section. Yeah, Ian Maroon one day will be overshadowed by black and purple. Let's see, Aditya. It'll be interesting to see if your black and purple exists next season. I think that's the first question. You need to get worried if Odisha FC plays in Odisha or not. Sorry, I've not been keeping track. Do we have any update on the FSL contract? Tobo, there's nothing to talk about. Udanta has been a lot sharper on the ball, it seems. Yes, Udanta. I mean, I was saying it a little earlier. Udanta as a right winger was used as a right wing back. Today, Manolo was using him as a left attacker and then as a left back. I didn't realize that Udanta is such a utility player. Rowland with yet an underrated performance. Rowland, to me, towards the end, actually looked like the best player. You know, I would have thought, well, because it was very difficult to name a player of the match. But Rowland Borges, yeah, very, very strong performance. You know, and that to me is very, very clear. And you know, with such a performance, I would have normally said, you know, it's something India worthy. And yes, it plays in Odisha and talks have begun for MOU with the Chief Minister official, but I don't like it. I feel like we need sponsors and not get dependent on government, and we're not grooming Udia players. Listen, Udia players to be groomed to coming up, you're most probably a decade away, to be very honest, if you really want to groom players from your local state and not just hope that something falls down and happens, right? So therefore, these are things that are real, you know, realities, and so therefore, for my opinion, it's not going to be easy. Yeah. And it seems like the international broadcast has stopped. Let me just check. Oops. Yeah, the broadcast has stopped. No, it's still there. Sorry, 1 second. Let me check. Is Hyderabad FC really moving? Akash, that's what I've heard. Will be interesting to see what happens. Because I think the BC General Group wants to move to the Delhi region. I hope that the competition increases among the clubs. Now there's been FC Goa, Mumbai City FC, Mohun Super Giant who have been fighting for the shield, and a couple of dark horses. Yeah, that would be nice. So have you liked the way Boris has played this season? Yeah, he has. You know, I've said here back in September when Mohun Bagan was struggling that I still believe Bagan is the best side in the league. Yeah, could take that. Best side, I don't know if they're the best side, but they've got the upper, you know, at least the best 14, 15, 16 players, right? I think Akash Sam has been consistent for a couple of seasons or more now. Yeah, it's been since I remember I saw him at Roundgrass Punjab where he had a good season and then showed himself at, I mean, then at Chennai and then now at FC Goa. So I think last 3-4 years he's been doing actually quite well. Was it easy after all or another? It was not easy setting up Mumbai City FC and working with Northeastern clubs, but we have a football culture and got some bright talents and want them to try and have. Well, let's see. You know, a lot of people talk about if their football culture, this and that, which, you know, in Indian context, I very often doubt. By the way, now that is 20 games a season okay to judge a youth player? No. A youth player needs to normally play 35, 40 games a season. To judge, it's always possible. Amit Sheen Deccan is the final choice of Hyderabad. Not many people are coming to watch Hyderabad FC, so they should move the base to Delhi. How many people are watching Sheen Deccan? You know, Aditya, very interesting. You know, with very confident thing, you make assumptions, but where is that? I think BC Jindal group should move somewhere close to Delhi, like Dehradun or Chandigarh or Mohali. These places are quite close to the football club, will bring fans to the stadium. And none of these places have a stadium, right? And if Chandigarh and Mohali is an option, then Punjab FC would move there. What are the limits of reforms you'd like? List of reforms you'd like to see for the SL? Tobo. Actually, I would like to see the first thing that we need to talk about is, do we want a bigger or do we want a smaller league? I myself feel a smaller league most probably is better than a bigger league at the moment, given the realities of Indian football. I don't know if a 13-team league really makes sense. Have you felt we have to change our coach education, or is it the coaches who doesn't work that much? Coach education is fine. I think the coaches. I think that's the challenge. Coaches more than the education. Education is something which gives you the basics, right? It's also in your work life, you do certain things and you should be upgrading yourselves all the time, right? But they'll learn to really don't have to say no, they don't. And even why would someone, if they've got their base in Delhi, why would they base themselves in Dehradun? I mean, just think from an owner's perspective of, where I have my team and what do I do, right? And Dehradun, what kind of sponsors can I generate in Dehradun, if at all? Do you think Punjab FC will come with a new stadium next season? At the moment, there is no news of that because the so-called new stadium, there is none. I mean, there is only the Panchkula one, which is there, which with certain upgrades, but that again is in Haryana. That's not in Punjab. So therefore, these are all issues that need to be looked at. Right? That's the difficulty part in all of this. Mohun Bagan Super Giant, the players are getting their medals now on stage. A lot of people have now played a little bit of holier as well in the stadium, it seems like, with green and maroon color. Shubhashish Bose now the last player to come. Right, Shubhashish getting his medal from the AFF President Kalyan Chaube. As a deal with Jalen in Delhi 220. Yeah, but they've done that deal just to ensure that they don't stand there without having a stadium. So 3.5 crores is what Mohun Bagan Super Giant get as the League Shield winners, and Shubhashish is waiting now for the trophy. Let's get to that, and then I'll try and answer your other questions that you have. And as Kalyan Chaube hands over the ISL League Shield trophy to Mohun Bagan Super Giant captain Shubhashish Bose, and he's now walking across, and he's lifted the ISL League Shield, celebrating it with the rest of the squad. Liston Golasso, the second player to lift the trophy. Next to it, next one in line, Tom Aldred. Team Petratos. And now also the support staff is in the screen, the pictures, fireworks at the Saltlake Stadium. Alberto Rodriguez now with the trophy. Yeah, see his showing off his muscles. Dipinder Vishwas, the youngster, holding the trophy. Vishal Keth. The first reform I want to see in ISL is the continuation of the ISL. Yeah, Shivam, that's the. Yeah, and now Jose Molina with the trophy, and he hands it over now to other players. Coach is a little shy on that. Yeah, Shivam, very, very important point. I think coaches are not fine. Our philosophy is old and rusty. Everyone's changing. We need to. Even the philosophy in Minerva is old and not good enough. I hope he doesn't attack me on Twitter. Yeah. So VC General Group will develop their own training facilities in the stadium. Akash, I know I have no information. Let them decide on where they want to go, where they want to play, how they want to play. But I only know at the moment that they're thinking of moving to Delhi. In my one football app, streaming has been finished just after the game. Okay, Akash, mine's is still on, so therefore I'm able to watch it. And Ritik says, Al Nassr versus Mohun Bagan would be great if we get to see it. Yeah, for an Indian football fan, most probably. I don't know if you are a Mohun Bagan fan, if you would like to see Al Nassr taking on Mohun Bagan. I don't know. With all the big talk of Mr. Goenka and other stuff, but an Indian football club taking on a Saudi Pro League team, not working. While we got a lot of fake people inside the system who backstabs our own football by doing corruption and age fraud, but when it comes to tweeting, they're first writing stuff to improve footing. Yeah, no, that's the reality, right? And again, that's how it is. It isn't working, and therefore, yeah, hoping that things will change. But the reality at the moment is that this is there. Sandesh Jingan watching Liston lifting the shield. Imagine being in Bangalore, Goa, Kerala, and not winning anything. I guess you can't get the blaster out of the man. Yeah, could be. You're losing, yeah, losing 7-0 will make it even better. I don't want that kind of harassment, as I clearly love my Mohun Bagan. Yeah, Shivam, but that's the danger, right? That's the danger which, Mohun Bagan get humbled by Al Nassr. Guys, you are 50 steps ahead once again. Let the season in Saudi end, and then you will see who plays whom. Well, how are YouTubers hitting better free kicks bracket on target compared to ISO players? Pranjal, you didn't tell me at the time who's the YouTuber who's gone to Wembley, and you also haven't told me who is, so I wouldn't be able to tell you who is what. So you don't have to hope that will happen if the match happens, says Pranjal to Aditya. And let's wait and see. It says Sideman. Okay, don't know who that is. Sorry for my ignorance on that matter. Yeah, Mohun Bagan's team celebrating. Jose Molina with his wife on the field, talking, chatting, and a lot of celebrations on the field. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the wives now with the medals, wives, kids, families. Just asking if Al Nassr were to face Bagan CSL in India wouldn't be bad as a spectacle to football we always see from our side. Erythro, it is nice to talk about it, but I think for Indian football to play in that situation and then get exposed, I don't know if we want that, to be very, very honest. Can I talk with you personally like an interview or just a call? I won't sell the information. Just curious and might even write a book if I ever could. Aditya, again, the information that I have on a lot of things will stay with me and will go to the grave. So be it you, be it others, sorry, not getting that info. What is there to be exposed? The world knows Indian football is in shambles. Orithro, I think the large parts of the world doesn't care about our football. Large parts of the world doesn't know that we exist as a football nation, right? So from that perspective, I would always say, but if we lose heavily to Al Nassr, yeah, that's going to be an embarrassment, which at least I don't. For you guys, it doesn't matter. I am the guy who works in international football and who gets embarrassed, right? So thank you very much, right? The AFF doesn't matter. The AFF doesn't care because the AFF doesn't have a problem. These players don't have a problem there, So yeah, let me not get started on that. If Indian football does bad, it is not a problem for Indian football. It's more a problem for Runawat Chaudhary, right? Who's been fighting for Indian football all these years. But hey, who cares, right? Let them get beaten 5-6-7-0, right? Doesn't matter. But let me not get too sarcastic. Right, nearly 2.5 hours. If you've liked it, you enjoyed it, leave a like behind. On this video. Thanks a lot. Share it with other people who might be interested to listen to such a conversation. And of course, if you haven't, do subscribe, and that is that. One second, where is it? What's the use of getting it into the grave? Such information doesn't suit into a grave, but rather than the bestseller for books. Yeah, Aditya. If Al Nassr has a stinker performance, we lose 3-0, 4-1 wouldn't be that bad. But I faced Ronaldo's Al Nassr, so someone out there knows what the standard is in Asia. Yeah. See, you'd be happy with a 3-0 or a 4-1. That shows the mindset. Molina Conte has always been one of the finest active coaches in the ISL, even in season 3. I liked his approach. He deserves all the credit. Many congratulations to all the Mohun Bagan Super Giant fans. Yeah, Pujan, very, very right. Reliance Youth Foundation trying to tap into a certain setup will be organized soon. Let's see. Let's see what they're doing in Kerala. And he still get good exposure, good headline as was in India. Yeah, but see, these kind of headlines, one-off headlines of playing and all, has no value. It's a nice story. Most of the people will be turning up. Maybe Mohun Bagan will enhance the prices, and suddenly the normal fan who goes the whole season doesn't go. So what is the value of these kind of things? That's the thing. To be honest, Mohun Bagan and ISL club will have their pants pulled down facing those clubs. I don't want that. Yeah, Tobo, that's the fact. Mumbai City lost 6-0 at Al Hilal, right? So that's the reality. So therefore, and that was Champions League. We're not even talking about ACL 2. So therefore, an Indian team playing a team from the Saudi Pro League, in my opinion, makes no sense at all, because it's just that they'll be badly exposed. Right. 2 hours and 30 minutes now exactly completed. Brings me to an end of this live watch along. Once more from my side, congratulations to Mohun Bagan Super Giant and their fans on lifting the ISL League Shield, deserving winners in the end. A 2-0 today against against FC Goa, but again, FC Goa have, I think, more themselves to blame for this loss than anybody else, with the goals that they conceded. And we've got a few more interesting matches to go. Tomorrow I won't be doing a live because I'll be out for local football over here, and I'll be back on Monday with another live. And thanks a lot for watching. And as said, like, share, and subscribe. Arunfoot. This is Chaudhary signing off. Catch you on Monday night with another live. Good night.